नतेतरादितीकरं नवोदितार्कपाश्वरं नमत्सुरारिनिर्जरं नतातिकापदुद्धरम् सुरेश्वरं नितीश्वरं गजेश्वरं गणेश्वरं महेश्वरं तमाश्रये परात्परं निरन्तरम् परात्परं निरन्तरम् मुदाकरातमोदकं सदा विमुक्तिसाधकं कलाधरावतंशकं विलासिलोकरक्षकम् अनायकैकनायकं विनाशिदेपदैत्यकं नदासुपासुनाशकं नमामि तं विनायकम् नमामि तं विनायकम् Ganesha Sharanam, Sharanam Ganesha.
Welcome to Mother Media Bhakti YouTube channel. My name is Preeta Srinivasan.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Today we all are going to recite the 18th chapter. Actually, these chapters are together, that is 18th and 19th. But we all are going to recite the 18th chapter today and the next week the 19th chapter. My lovable pranams to your beautiful divine feet. Sai Ram. In this chapter, Hemadban has described how he was accepted and blessed by Baba, and the stories of Mr. Sate and Mrs. Deshmukh, and encouraging good thoughts to fruition, that is, realization of a plan or a project, variety in Upadesh, and teachings regarding slander and remuneration for labor. In the last two chapters, Hemadban described how a rich gentleman aspiring for quick Brahmagyan, and how was he treated by Baba. And now in these two chapters, he describes how he himself was accepted and blessed by Baba, and how Baba encouraged good thoughts and fructified them, and his teachings regarding self-improvement, slander, and remuneration for labor. It is well known fact that the Sadguru looks first to the qualification of his disciples and then give them the suitable instructions without unsettling their minds in the least, and leads them on towards the goal of self-realization. In this respect, some say that what the Sadguru teaches or instructs should not be divulged to others. They think that their instructions become useless if they are published. And this view is not correct. The Sadguru is like a monsoon cloud. He pours down profusely. Profusely means not expressed in large amounts, and scatters wildly his nectar-like teachings. These we should enjoy and assimilate to our hearts' content, and then serve others with them without any reservation. This rule should apply not only to what he teaches in our waking state, but to the visions he gives us in our dreams. To quote an incident, Buddha Kaushik Rishi published his celebrated Ram Raksha Stotra, which he had seen in his dream. Like a loving mother forcing bitter but beneficial medicines down the throats of her children for the sake of their health, Saibaba imparted spiritual instructions to his devotees. His method was veiled or secret, but quite open. Veiled means clearly. The devotees who followed his instructions got their object. Sadgurus like Sai Baba open our eyes to the intellect and show us the divine beauty of the self and fulfill our tender longings of devotion. When this is done, our desire for sense objects vanishes. Twin fruits of Vivek, that is discrimination, and Vairagya, dispassion or non-attachment, come to our hands, and knowledge sprouts up even in sleep. All this we get when we come in contact with saints, that is Sadgurus, serve them and secure their love. The Lord, who fulfills the desires of his devotees, comes to our aid, removes our troubles and sufferings, and makes us happy. This progress or development is entirely due to the help of the Sadguru, who is regarded as the Lord himself. Mr. Sate. There was a gentleman named Mr. Sate who had attained some publicity many years ago during Crawford regime. Crawford. It is a name originated from a place. And regime means a mode or a method of a government rule, which was put down by Lord Rie, the governor of Mumbai. He suffered severe losses in trade. Other adverse circumstances gave him much trouble and made him sad and dejected. Being restless, he thought of leaving home and going out to a distant place. Man does not generally think of God, but prays for relief. If his demerits have come to an end, God arranges his meeting with a saint who gives him proper directions regarding his welfare. Mr. Sathe had similar experience. His friends advised him to go to Shiradi, where so many people are flocking to get Saibaba's darshan for getting peace of mind and the satisfaction of their wants. He liked the idea and at once came to Shiradi in 1917. Seeing Baba's form, which was like eternal Brahma, self-luminous, peerless and pure, his mind lost its restlessness and became calm and composed. He thought that it was the accumulation of merits in his former births that brought him to the holy feet of Baba. He was a man of strong will. He at once started to make a parayan, that is a study of Guru Charitra. When the reading was finished in the Sapta, that is 7 days, Baba gave him a vision that night. It was this effect: Baba, with Guru Charitra in his hand, was explaining its contents to Mr. Sathe, who was sitting in front and listening carefully. When he woke up and he remembered the dream and felt very happy, he thought that it was extremely kind of Baba, who awakens souls like this that are snoring in ignorance and make them taste the nectar of the Guru Charitra. Next day, he informed Kaka Sahib Dikshit of this vision and requested him to consult Saibaba regarding its meaning or significance. He should make one more sapta of the book. If the work be studied carefully, the devotee will become pure and will be benefited. The Lord will be pleased and will rescue him from the bondage of mundane existence. At this time, Hemadban was present here. He was shampooing the Baba's legs. When he heard Baba's word, he thought in his mind, "What Mr. Sathe read for a week only and got a reward, and I am reading it for 40 years with no result. His 7 days stay here becomes fruitful, while my 7 years stay goes for nothing. Like a chatak bird, I am ever waiting for the merciful cloud to pour its nectar on me and bless me with his instruction." That is, he means the Baba's blessing. No sooner did this thought cross his mind, Baba knew it then and there. It was the experience of the Bhaktas that Baba understood all their thoughts and that he suppressed the evil thoughts and encouraged the good ones. Reading Hemadpan's mind, Baba at once asked him to get up, go to Shyama, that is Madhavrao Deshpande, get from him rupees 15 as dakshina, sit and chit-chat with him for a while and then return. Mercy dawned in Baba's mind, and so he issued this order. And who could disobey Baba's order? Hemadban immediately left the masjid and came to Shama's house. He had just bathed and was wearing a dhotar. He came out and asked Hemadban, "How is it that you're here now? It seems that you have come from the masjid. Why do you look restless and dejected? Why are you alone? Please sit and rest, while I shall do my worship and return. In the meanwhile, you please take pan pida, that is leaves and betel nuts, etc. Let us then have a pleasant chat." After saying this, he went inside, and Hemadpan sat alone in the veranda. He saw in the window a well-known Marathi book named Nath Bhagavat. This is a commentary by a Saint Eknath on the 11th skanda, that is chapter, of the bigger Sanskrit work, the Bhagavat. At the suggestion or recommendation of Saibaba, Mrs. Babu Sahib Jog and Kaka Sahib Dikshit read Bhagavad Gita daily with its Marathi commentary named Bhavartha Deepika or Dhyaneshwari, a dialogue between Krishna and his friend devotee Arjun, and Nath Bhagavat, that is a dialogue between Krishna and his servant devotee Uddhav, and also Eknath's other big work, that is Bhavartha Ramayan. When devotees came to Baba and asked him certain questions, he sometimes answered them in the part and asked them to go and listen to the readings of above mentioned works, which are the main treatises of Bhagavad Dharma. When the devotees went and listened, they got full and the satisfactory replies to their questions. Hemadban also used to read daily some portions of Nath Bhagavat. That day, he did not complete the daily portion of his reading, but had left it unfinished in order to accompany certain devotees who were going to the masjid. When he took up the book from Shama's window and casually opened it, he found to his surprise that the unfinished portion opened up. He thought that Baba sent him very kindly to Shama's house for enabling him to complete his daily reading. So he went through the unfinished portion and completed it. As soon as this was over, Shama, after doing his worship, came out and the following conversation took place between them. Hemadban, I have come with the message from Baba. He has asked me to return with rupees 15 as dakshina from you. Also to sit with you for a while and have a pleasant chit-chat and then return to the masjid with you. Shama, with surprise, I have no money to give. Take my 15 namaskars, that is prostrations, in lieu of rupees as dakshina to Baba. Hemadban, all right, your namaskars are accepted. Now let us have some chit-chat. Tell me some stories and leelas of Baba which will destroy our sins. Shama, then sit here for a while. Wonderful is the sport, that is leela, of this god, Baba. You know it already, but I am a village rustic. While you are an enlightened citizen, you have seen some more leelas since you are coming over here. How should I describe them before you? Well, take these leaves, betel nut and tuna, and have the pan pida, while I go in, dress myself and come out. In few minutes, Shama came out and sat talking with Hemadban. He said, the leela of this god is inscrutable. There is no end to his leelas. Who can see them? He plays or supports with his leelas. Still he is beyond them. What do we rustics know? Why does not Baba himself tell stories? Why does he send learned men like you to fools like me? His ways are inconceivable. I can only say that they are not human. With this preface, Shama added, I now remember a story which I shall narrate you. I know it personally. As a devotee is resolute and determined, so is Baba's immediate response. Sometimes Baba puts the devotees to severe test and then gives them upadesh, that is instructions. As soon as Hemadban heard the word upadesh, a flash of lightning crossed his mind. He at once remembered the story of Mr. Sate's Guru Charitra reading and thought that Baba might have sent him to Shama in order to give peace to his restless mind. However, he curbed this feeling and began to listen to Shama's stories. They all showed how kind and affectionate Baba was to his devotees. Hemadban began to feel joy on hearing all this. Then Shama began to tell the following story. Mrs. Radhabai Deshmukh. There was an old woman by the name Radhabai. She was the mother of Kashaba Deshmukh. Hearing Baba's fame, she came to Shiradi with the people of Sangamner. She took Baba's darshan and much satisfied. She loved intimately and resolved in her mind that she should accept Baba as her guru and take some upadesh from him. She determined to fast herself unto death. So long as Baba did not accept her and give her any upadesh or mantra, she stayed in her lodging and stopping taking any food or water for 3 days. I was frightened by this ordeal of the old woman and interceded with Baba on her behalf. I said, Deva, what is this you have started? Interceded means act on behalf of someone. You draw so many persons here. You know that the old lady, she is very obstinate and depends on you. Obstinate means refuse to change one's opinion. She was resolved to fast unto death. If you don't accept and instruct her, if anything worse happens, people will blame you and say that Baba did not instruct her and as a consequence, she met her death. So take some mercy on her, bless her, and instruct her. On seeing her determination, Baba sent for her and made her change her mind by addressing as follows: "Oh mother, why do you have to subject yourself to unnecessary tortures? You are my mother and I am your child. Take pity on me and hear me through. I tell you my own story, which, if you listen carefully, will do you good. I had a guru. He was a great saint and most merciful. I served him long, very long. Still, he would not blow any mantra into my ears. I had keen desire never to leave him, but to stay with and serve him, and at all cost receive some instructions from him. But he had his own way. He first got my head shaved and asked me for 2 paise as dakshina. I gave the same at once. You may say that as my guru was perfect, why should he ask for money, and how should he be called desireless? The reply is that he never cared for coins. What had he to do with them? His 2 paise were firm faith and patience or perseverance. I gave these 2 paise to him and he was pleased. I resorted to my guru for 12 years. He brought me up. There was no dearth of food and clothing. He was full of love, or say, he was love incarnate. How can I describe it? He loved me most. Rare is the guru like him. When I looked at him, he seemed as if he was in deep meditation, and then we both were filled with bliss. Night and day I gazed at him with no thought of hunger and thirst. Without him I felt restless. I had no other subject to meditate upon, nor any other thing than my guru to attend. He was my sole refuge. My mind was always fixed on him. This nishta, that is firm faith, is 1 paisa of dakshina. Saburi, patience or perseverance, is the other paisa. I waited patiently and served my guru. This saburi will ferry you across the sea of this mundane existence. Saburi removes all sins and afflictions, gets rid of calamities in various ways, and casts aside all fear, and ultimately gives you success. Saburi is the mind of virtues, consort of good thoughts. Nishta, the faith, and Saburi, the patience, are like twin sisters, loving each other very intimately. My guru never expected any other thing from me. He never neglected me, but protected me all the times. I lived with him and was sometimes away from him. Still, I never felt the absence of his love. He always protected me by his glance, just as a tortoise feeds her young ones, whether they are near her or away from her, or the other side of the bank, by her loving glances. Oh mother, my guru never taught me any mantra then. How shall I blow any mantra in your ears? Just remember the guru's tortoise, like loving glances, gives up happiness. Do not try to get mantra or upadesh from anybody. Make me the sole object of your thoughts and actions, and you will, no doubt, attain Paramartha, the spiritual goal of life. Look at me wholeheartedly, and I, in return, look at you. Sitting in the masjid, I speak the truth, nothing but the truth. No sadhana or proficiency in the 6 sastras is necessary. Have faith and confidence in your guru. Believe that guru is the sole actor or doer. Blessed is he who knows the greatness of his guru and thinks him to be the Hari, Hara, and Brahma, that is Trimurti incarnate. This is what Baba told her. This is his golden words to her. Sai Ram. Bow to Sri Sai, peace to be all. Om Sai Namo Namaga, Sri Sai Namo Namaga, Jai Jai Sai Namo Namaga, Sadguru Sai Namo Namaga. Come on, we all recite together. Om Sai Namo Namaga, Sri Sai Namo Namaga, Jai Jai Sai Namo Namaga, Sadguru Sai Namo Namaga. Sri Satchidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai. Sai Ram.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Thank you all, and please keep watching our Mother Media Bhakti channel and post your comments and feedbacks.